Greetings, cinephiles. Are you looking for a movie analysis podcast that stands above the rest? Then look no further than Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters.
We analyze good movies, we analyze bad movies, and yes, we also analyze the in-betweens of the world of cinema.
So if you like what you hear, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts.
And yes, my friends, we are 420 friendly. So when you listen to us, smoke it if you've got it. And now, here's a new episode of Collateral Gaming. The show starts right now.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
Hey, I'm Sully, Jacked Up Pod.
And this is Collateral Gaming.
Yeah.
Welcome to Collateral Gaming, the only video game podcast that matters, where we focus on good games, bad games, and everything else in between in the world of gaming. We are podcasting straight from somewhere in South Texas, and yes, my friends, we are a 420 friendly podcast, so whatever you have, smoke it if you've got it. Welcome once again, Cam, from the Jacked Up Review Show podcast. This is your second
Always
time on
fun.
the show, right?
Yep. Always here.
Hell yeah. And last time we talked about the 2022 Modern Warfare 2. So,
Yep.
you know, the new Modern Warfare 3 was coming out, and I felt like, you know, I should reach out to you and ask if you wanted to talk about this new one. And it came out, and it's definitely a thing. It is one of the games of all time. I'll put it that way.
I totally. So, again, I must confess, I'm not playing the latest one, but I love the original game, and from the videos I've seen, I'm kind of impressed what they're doing. According to Game Rant, they have decreased the tac sprint refresh. They have allowed several Modern Warfare 2 weapons to be unlocked, and challenge tracking conditions for the BBQ operator, as well as the priceless camo challenge for the marksman rifle.
Yeah, so there's a number of new things. I think they also are adding slide canceling in, which was something I think we saw in the Modern Warfare 2 beta, but didn't make it into the actual game, or so I've heard. I played neither the beta for that one or for this one. I played this after the game came out, and then this was after having kind of heard a few things. I'm going to go ahead and say it. As far as the multiplayer is concerned, and I really think that's the only thing really worth writing home about here, it's Modern Warfare 2.5. From what I've heard, this was actually intended to be a DLC update for Modern Warfare 2, and then they just went ahead and decided to just turn it into a game. Kind of the same thing with what happened with Tears of the Kingdom, I guess. But this is not, I don't think it really justifies being a whole new game. That being said, it is Modern Warfare 2, but a little bit better. So this is going to be the definitive multiplayer COD experience.
Well, DLC, downloadable content for those not in the loop, but I'm sure they know. So they're saying it will probably take 5 hours to beat this one. What's your take on it so far?
So I've barely gotten into the campaign, to be honest with you. Like, I played the first mission. I was kind of like, okay. And then I played the second one, which was supposed to be one of the new, like, sandbox type missions. And, I mean, it was interesting, but it just didn't really grab me. And I died a few times, and I was just kind of bored with it. And I went back to the multiplayer. I have a similar experience with the new zombies mode. I thought that the zombies was actually pretty boring. I guess they decided to make it like DMZ type instead of classic zombies. And like, you know, I remember playing Black Ops Zombies back in the day, and that was
fun.
the tits, man.
Yep.
Kino der Toten, you know, and
Black Ops was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it really, and those are the COD memories I have like most, like the fondest COD memories I have. And I mean, to be honest, I haven't really played all that much COD, but I did play Modern Warfare 2 last year. I've played some classic zombies. I did not think that the zombies mode was any fun. It reminded me of, I think they styled it after the Warzone DMZ stuff in Warzone 2.0, which I also tried and didn't really like. I think I played it like once or twice, and I was just like, this is boring. You're just waiting for missions to happen, and I felt the same way about zombies. I died, and I just gave up. I didn't care, and I didn't play it again.
That's not good. Oh,
as of today, though, the day we're recording this, they did add a gun game, which is one of my favorite Call of Duty match types.
Cool. I know out of all the, I think one thing I really love about just the whole franchise is just the various talent they had, and all of them got to voice just badass characters. Like Warfare 2, had people like Ice Cube and 50 Cent coming in as Black Ops soldiers, and Part 3 here, we had Timothy Oliphant and Idris Elba, but they don't come into like midway through the game.
Oh shit! Well, I mean, good performances from what I was watching so far, and I mean the story seemed interesting. Just, as far as the gameplay went, I was having more
Grinch
fun.
and Truck, for those who don't remember.
You're right.
They gave them crazy names.
I know. And I think Ghost returns in this one. He was a fan favorite from the last one.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite video game characters, along with Soap McTavish.
Soap, yeah. Ghost
Good old Soap.
My operator skin right now is just the default Ghost skin, because I thought he was a really fun character, and I loved all the memes about him and how like he was like the new character that like men were like deriving their personality from.
America's granddad.
There you go.
Just wild. I don't really remember the villain in this one. Part 2 was really cool because you had the traitor played by Lance Henriksen and a bunch of other guys, especially helping you in the Burger Town with Keith David and Barry Pepper. This one was kind of go from one place to another, skydiving and hacking and going underground and killing terrorists.
Shit. I know like the villain in this one is Makarov, who was like the main villain, I think, of like the original Modern Warfare
that's
games,
right. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So, and I think that they teased him at the end of the last one, and they finally brought him in.
That's
in
right.
One.
That little schnitzel. Yeah.
So the first mission is actually breaking him out of jail.
That's right. And then, of course, everything goes south.
Yeah. And what's funny is I hadn't actually completed the campaign of the last game, but later on, I looked up some of the story beats and whatnot, but I wasn't expecting that we were going to be playing the bad guys in the beginning. I was kind of like, okay, what is this? Does this have anything to do with the story from the last game or not? I don't know.
You weren't allowed to skip it like the Warfare 2, airport one. So yeah.
Oh yeah, the airport level. Yep.
Yeah. It was one of those where it just got too real, where you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. So I hear that they've added all these like sandbox type missions, and I guess it's supposed to be more like the Warzone stuff. I'll be honest, I could never really get too far into Warzone either. Battle Royale games in general, like the problem with them is that you wait like 5 minutes to get into a fucking game. And then you just get sniped off in like a few seconds, and so there's no getting better at it because
by the assholes who are camping. Yeah,
yeah. At least with multiplayer, if you're in a game type that lets you respawn, you can just keep going, and you can get better and get better and get better. And that's what I experienced today playing Gun Game. I mean, I actually won a couple rounds, and I was having the time of my life. It was fucking awesome. So I will say, it does deliver on the level of thrills and excitement, and I think this is the best way to play COD right now, and I think I know that they tweaked the progression system a little bit too. So like you can actually choose which like weapons or different items that you can unlock via like the tree, and then the progression works by doing I think the daily challenges, right?
Yep.
See, I'm not really fucking with that too much. I'm mostly just focusing on just playing, and then like as things unlock, I'm like, okay, I'll add this onto my gun. But I have a good little like sniper build with the recommended sniper and whatever attachments I thought were gonna work well, and modifications, and the same thing with the handgun. But that I think that's why I gravitate to something like gun game, because it kind of just configures the weapons for you, and you just you go one weapon after another, and you kind of just get good at those specific weapons the more you play.
Yeah, but like you say, that was kind of the highlight. Is like now it wasn't like Mass Effect where you could carry on over all your updates from your custom, but it was still cool to just say, hey, however I modify this before the mission begins, I'm here to keep it instead of still someone else's gun.
Right. I mean, although it is fun every once in a while to just like grab someone else's gun and kind of just try it out. And
Oh no,
like,
trust me, it is absolutely fun. It's just annoying having to go back and say, where'd I put my OG weapon?
Right.
Oh shit, it's out. Well, I guess I die.
Yeah.
I think they would give you some extra ammo in case you were down to one bullet, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either.
It seems to vary. I know. There's so much carnage. You have to breathe it all in.
I will say I avoid the game match types that don't let you respawn, because like I mentioned,
Yeah.
I don't like whenever you quit and then you die and then you just have to wait to play again. So I ended up filtering those modes out, because I was just like, it's just not fun. I'm just watching other people play, and I'm not really getting any experience here. But I did have a lot of fun with all of the other game modes, as much as I did, if not more than Modern Warfare 2. And, that was a game that up until recently, I still every once in a while, I'd go, turn on and play. I will say the game plays remarkably well on the PS5, and no complaints there.
Sweet.
Well, okay, I lied. The other day, I was playing in an environment that didn't have a very good connection, and we were playing a private match, so it shouldn't have mattered. And there were some hiccups. So I'm like, why are the private matches affected by your network connection? That's a little weird. Or were they just suffering lag as a result of like the game? I don't know. Like, was the game just like not running very well? But as I've been playing it since I got home, I've had a pretty flawless experience. I'm connected through Ethernet, so I've got a good connection.
Maybe it's a hiccup, like you say. Or who knows? I don't know do the updates, can they happen at any time and you just install an update?
I did install some updates when I played. That's another complaint I have, okay, with these new games.
It takes an hour.
Every time you open fucking COD, it's like, oh, we got to update, and then we got to restart. Oh, we got to free up some space so that you can update.
When you say COD, make sure it doesn't end with peace. But yeah, it's amazing with all the gaming power, and it still can take a while for the updates to where you're like, I don't want to restart it again.
It's so fucking annoying. You got to go read the terms and conditions. You got to agree to the code of conduct.
I agree for you to steal my data for the next 2 years.
Man, I was watching Donkey's video on this, and he was like, hey, you violated the code of conduct. You signed a code of conduct.
What is the code of conduct? No one knows what it means.
Also, they kick you out if you camp now. That hasn't happened to me. I guess I'm on the move enough, or I'm killing enough people while I'm camped that it hasn't been a problem.
You're killing one person per hour. It's okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the threshold is or how much you have to move around. I try not to camp, actually, because I think that it's cheap. Like when you've just got some motherfucker just sitting in a corner just waiting. Like,
yes.
Oh, herder, I made the game easy. Do you feel good about yourself? Do you? Okay.
It's boring, honestly, if you're not interacting or having a squad.
It is boring. You're just sitting there like camping. I'm like, yeah, I like a sniper as much as the next guy, so I love to find a good little spot. So I snipe like one or two people, and then I move.
Do you still encounter teabaggers or other douchebags just
haven't seen the teabaggers?
It seems like that was such a 2010 thing where I was like, stop.
I think that died, which is good.
Hopefully the douchebags along with it.
Well, I have chat just turned off because I don't
There
want to
you
have
go.
other people listening. Like, I don't want to hear other people just telling me how to play or whatever, or criticizing me. I'm like, I'm just trying to have fun here. So,
5-year-old who shouldn't be playing it's shit talking you in like Kansas.
or that one guy who just has trap music on at full blast.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I don't want to listen to your music. If I wanted to listen
It's
to music,
strong
I'd
to
put it
take
on.
you on.
Okay, if they were playing that, I might actually jam.
That's the best one. Oh my god. Trapped.
Oh no, not trapped. Like
So
trapped.
2001.
Like not trapped. Like that trapped. No, trap
Oh.
music. Like the genre.
Oh, well, see, I'm a dumbass. I'm so 2002.
You know, it's the kind of music like you hear in like a hookah bar. You know, like you know, and it's just like, or just like mumble rap or something. And I'm just like, okay. I mean, it sounds decent, but if I was in the mood to listen to music, I'd have music on. That's the thing.
Right. If you're not here, why is it here?
Right, exactly. But no, actually, I was playing this today, and you know, I have my mic muted. So I was just throwing on some like Persona 5 music while I was playing some COD, and I was kind of jamming, man.
Nice.
It surprisingly worked. It actually, and then I threw on like one of the Breaking Bad tracks, and that really worked actually.
Sweet.
So just throwing that out there. But yeah, man. I mean, from what you've heard and from what you've played of the original Modern Warfare 3, I mean, how do these things differ? Is there any actual like connection, or is this just the sequel to the last two?
Yeah, it was a direct follow-up. It was a perfect trilogy, and like you say, Makarov appears in Infinite Warfare and is mentioned in Part 4, and as well as some of the fictional books you can unlock in the game. I've still been meaning to read some of those Call of Duty comic books, most of which are around the Black Ops timeline, but yeah, I really dig the voice actor, and like you say, I'm looking at some other reviews, and One Esports was kind of the same thing, where they were really loving the multiplayer updates, but were just like, hey, the gameplays for the campaigns are the same damn thing.
Yeah.
It is a battle of perception. If you control what people believe, you control the world.
Makarov's writing his own rules.
My comrades, we stand reunited!
He wants a war.
The time has come to show them the meaning of true power.
Yeah, the campaign didn't impress me. Zombies didn't impress me. But the multiplayer, you know, it's as good as it gets. I'm like, you know, is it really worth being Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3? I don't know. But, you know, at
Could have
least
just called it Greatest Hits.
right. Or this just could have been like a big DLC, like originally.
No one would have told the difference.
Yeah. So I do know that one of the big things was that they're adding multiple maps from different games, and they started with the Modern Warfare 2 original maps.
Okay, well, I'm intrigued. And how do you like the GPS, where it would often, if someone fired, it would show like flare-ups on your screen saying, okay, it came from your southeast side.
Yeah, so that's actually what I'm used to in COD, and so I'm actually glad that it's back. The whole like radar, because it shows you where people are. Also, gun game just shows you where people are all the time, I think, which is interesting.
Give yourself away.
Yeah, well, but that actually works, because that game mode, you're just trying to kind of hunt, you know, somebody down. You're like the first person you come across. Huh?
How are the riot shields that you can pick up?
I haven't fucked with the riot shields this time.
I always love those, because you'd literally be able to just knock the shit out of someone.
You know, I don't think I ever unlocked them in the last game, but I used to pick them up off of corpses.
The hardest part is when you get too much gore on your windshield, or literally your glass is so shattered you might as well just not have it, because you just can't see anything.
Yeah.
It's great until they all go for the grenades.
You know what map I'm actually really glad is in this game? Rust.
Hit me. Bust.
No, Rust.
Rust. Oh.
Fucking Rust. That is just a great map, and I do have memories of that map
I
from back in
do.
the day.
Oh, just going up the giant pipes and just sniping from the top was always a bunch of fun. But it got really annoying when everyone was trying to go in there and they're just waiting to just come up behind you and shank you.
Well, and see, there's a person around every corner in Rust. It's a small map with with tight quarters. And so like there's always somebody there. So again, running back to Gun Game, which I've been playing all day, it's great for that game mode in particular, or for free for all for that matter.
And once you get to the turrets, it's easier to avoid the helicopters, definitely for sure. But once someone gets out the javelin launchers and the other helicopter attachment guns like the Spaz, then you're like, oh, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. That is a great fucking map. I vote it every time it comes up. The other maps are pretty decent. I don't think I have any complaints with any of the maps that were introduced or that were introduced or brought back in this game. It is a nice change of pace because I thought I'd see a lot of the Modern Warfare 2 maps from the last game, but I don't know if I have seen any of those ones or any of the ones that I played anyway.
It's bound to change, I'm sure.
I'm sure they'll add some.
We're already a few weeks into this.
Yeah, and like the beta's been going around for even longer than the game has been released, and people were playing the multiplayer early. They were playing the campaign early. I think was there even an open beta for the zombies mode?
Let's see. Open beta, zombie mode, W free. You'll not be able to play in the MW free beta, but
that's what I thought. I don't remember there being an open beta for zombies. I think this was like everybody getting to try it out, and you hear it and you're like, open world zombies, that sounds great, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It just wasn't fun, man.
Oh yeah, and it was just always all those. Why do you think the zombie modes just in general are just fun? I think I just in general just love doing it with my brother because he had to not only conserve ammo, but it was just a perfect tribute to all kinds of zombies. You get the rage ones like 28 Days Later, and then you get the old school Romero ones. Brains.
Yeah,
grenades sometimes weren't enough, but I loved it when you had to set fires on all the innumerable games because it was just like, yeah, just go get some torches.
Man, I love that. Like the old, like the zombie maps, like some of them had specific, steps to go through. Like there was a very particular sequence of events to trigger, and
the shotgun is on the very top floor, but you got to go for 5 more waves just to get it.
Yeah, and you get to just fuck with like all these maps and like running through the sequence of events to get some like rare item or whatever. Like it's cool as shit. I remember Der Eisendrache, I think is the name of the map with the bows. Yeah.
I think so. Were there some zombies I think that later have pitchforks or something, or they start being able to stab you, I think.
Yeah, and there's like the dragon heads, and you have to feed the zombies to the dragon heads in order to get the bows, and you have to run around to this like anti-gravity room. Like it's so fucking complex. Or like Moon back in the day, like where you're on the moon and then you come back down to Earth and there's a freaking horde of zombies.
Pretty soon they're probably going to even be updating some of the less popular ones like Ghosts, maybe even fix what was wrong with those games, I guess.
yeah, that would be cool. I wish that they would work on the zombies mode a little bit and just make it feel more like classic zombies. I don't know, make it more fun somehow. The whole like format of it, I think, is what kills it for me. But I did like, that they have like the mystery box and the classic sound effects, and maybe I'll give it another shot. But from what I've heard, most people have been pretty disappointed with it. It's just not the same thing. So it's like, why bring back zombies? At least they're adding another piece to that very complex timeline.
Sweet.
I suppose.
Well, and I just wonder what other voice actors they'll get to join, let alone who will be the president next in this convoluted storyline. But
Right?
it'd be even funnier if anyone even takes note and we end up having actual technology and defense mechanisms that are much like what we're seeing in these games.
Totally.
Some crazy person in the Joint Chiefs is playing this. Hey,
Yeah.
Randy, my son, can you play this? I need some ideas. I need some bad ideas.
Yeah, man.
We need a super drone that takes over the world.
A super. Oh yeah, that's right. Man, yeah. I'd love to see what kind of updates they bring to not only the zombies mode, but actually just the game in general. To try to. We'll see, like, with the feedback that they're getting back from people. I don't know if there's any fixing the campaign. I mean, that's kind of a done deal. And like I said, with zombies, there's only so much you could do. But even with some of the small gripes that people have about the multiplayer, like, I think people are still kind of like, the progression system is still not good. It's just it's good that you have more options and that you can actually choose what you're gaining progression toward. But it's still not enough freedom to really, unlock anything. Or that's what I've been hearing. Yeah, but for me, like, I've just been kind of just toying around with it. I don't really get into the technical aspect of it too much. Like, if I have a buddy over, I'll like, hey, just mod this gun for me and make it good. And
do something for me, man, please.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess we'll our meeting's gonna cut short, and we've been at this for about 30 minutes. That's good for
all right.
An episode like this. We'll sort of wrap this up here.
Who's been your favorite to play this game with? I used to play this with my dad and uncle.
So I've mostly just been playing this online, but whenever I was with my when I was over with my co-host and buddy Zach, who is on his honeymoon right now in Montana. Zach, if you're listening to this, had such a great time with you, man. I love you and Danielle, and I hope y'all are having a great time. But I know you and I, we were shooting the shit with this game, and the groomsmen and over at the bachelor party, we just had a blast overall, and we had a blast playing some Modern Warfare 2, even if it was a little jank and the network connection wasn't good.
It's a start.
Yeah, this like I said, you're not going to have a bad time. It's going to be a fun time playing Modern Warfare 3. Now, if you already have Modern Warfare 2 2022, do you need to buy this one? Depends on how, like, active the multiplayer community in that one stays, I guess.
Christmas is around the corner, so maybe.
Yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily say that, like, this game really justifies a new what was it, $60 or $70?
Yeah, probably wait for the price to go down to 30.
Let me look it up. I fucking bought this game, and I should know, but it was a while back, and I can't remember if I paid 60 or 70 for it. I hope it wasn't 70, honestly.
Oof.
Because, like, I don't feel like it's really justified.
Yeah. Do we have a
Okay.
I don't know, installment plan?
I don't know if you can do that with games.
I wish you could with so many things.
Let's see. Well, I tried to pull it up on the PlayStation Store, but it, of course, just shows that I already own the game. Here, why don't we just pull it up on the Xbox Store then? Okay, no, I don't want to watch a video.
Yeah.
I don't want the Vault Edition. Okay, it is 70 for the cross-gen bundle. Yeah, that's unacceptable. I can't believe I paid $70 for this. This should be a $60 price tag at the most. And obviously it's the new Modern Warfare 3, so they're not going to go lower than that. But yeah, just kind of what's the word? False. It's false advertising. It's disingenuous to market this as a new Modern Warfare Roman numeral 3. I don't know. That's my take on it. But if you've got the money to drop, or if you didn't buy the last one, go ahead and buy this one. This is going to be the better version of the game, and in my opinion, in my very
you never bought it before, it might have extra value then.
Right. But it is COD, and it is gonna be fun. Smoke a blunt and just shoot the shit with your buddies. And it's COD. It's more COD. What can you say? But Cam, go ahead and tell our viewers a little bit about your show and where our listeners can find you.
We are on all the platforms: Instagram, Podbean, Anchor, Spotify. We've been lately planning even more interviews with a bunch of crazy B-movie filmmakers. We got some more comic books based on popular games, movies, and TV shows being reviewed, as well as one thing we got upcoming are the Jurassic Park video games. That's another complex maze where it's like it seemed like it was happening every 5 years. There was some new arcade or PlayStation GameCube game, and some of them were junky and some of them were kind of amusing. And we're doing more franchise summaries of blockbuster movies, everything from The Purge to The Matrix to just something else that's divisive. We at least want to just get to the bottom of, hey, this is why no one agrees on this movie. It's just that's no one can agree on this one particular installment. It's just that crazy.
Yeah. Cool, man. Awesome. Well, thanks for being on. It was a blast having you on. And
I'm sorry I haven't played the new one, but hey, I just love the originals just so much, just because it was just kind of another hurrah for the game back in the day, even though the storyline wasn't much to shake a stick at.
Right. So, and definitely it's good for, if you are a fan of the original games, featuring the original maps, I think is going to be a big highlight and kind of bring back some memories. So,
perfect.
But as for Collateral Gaming, we should have had our episode out on, or 2 episodes out on Spider-Man 2. So expect that very soon. The 2-part episode. I'm waiting for Zach to get back from his honeymoon, and then we'll go ahead and shoot it. I think part 1 should be our spoiler-free review still, even though we're more than a month out from the game's release. And then part 2, we'll go into our full spoilers. Hopefully get that out by the end of the month, because I fell in love with this game, and I can't wait to talk about it.
I did hear Culture Shock talk about that one, and they were just loving how Miles Morales kind of taunts the player while you're following him on the rooftop jumps.
Yeah, man. The Insomniac Spider-Man games are honestly like masterpieces, and so I've been heavily anticipating this new one, and it delivered. So we're going to talk about that. This month, we may also have another game launch review. I think I want to do a double feature on Persona 5 Tactica and Super Mario RPG. So hopefully by the end of the month, we can get that out as well. And Naruto Storm Connections also came out this month, and I really wanted to talk about it. But Collateral Cinema is doing a Naruto movie review later next year, so we'll talk about it then, and then the game will have been out long enough that we can go into spoilers, I guess. I mean, there's a new special story mode that's not canon, and it does go over the whole timeline, so whatever.
Well, only time will tell.
Right? But I've been having a blast playing that, playing Super Mario RPG, playing Persona 5 Tactica. I have bought all 4 of these games this month somehow. The
weird mashup.
Yeah, it really is bad. And Spider-Man 2, like right after that came out. So it's a great time this month to talk about a bunch of new games. And then in December, we'll be talking Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. We should have a holiday episode out on The Grinch as well. On Collateral Cinema, we should be having our episode out on Pink Flamingos very soon. And then by the end of the month, we should be talking about Rocky 3. So stay tuned for that on the movie podcast side. Our meeting is actually about to run out of time, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up now. You can find Collateral Gaming wherever you get your podcasts. We'll have links in the show notes.
Sweet.
All that being said, I've been Ashley Chancellor.
I'm Cam, your man. That's hardy another time.
And this was Collateral Gaming with...
Your one, the only Chancellor.
the Jacked Up Review Show podcast. Go check them
Yes.
out.
Sorry. I just love doing the announcer voice. But yeah, Jacked Up Pod everywhere, anytime. Let's party. Let's boogie.
Hell yeah, man. All right. Well, y'all stay safe out there. And thanks for being on, Kim.
And enjoy Thanksgiving, but don't become a zombie chow.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Collateral Gaming is a Collateral Media podcast. All music and game clips are owned by their respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor.